this is John with Brainstorm Comics and Gaming, and this is this week's Turning the Page, here with special guests, Jacob, keeping the cost low. No, don't like that one.
I think you do better with Chris. His name warrants better puns.
Okay. Well, you got to work with what you got to work with. I know that you said that, you didn't really want to be on camera.
I'll survive.
For those of you who don't know, Jacob is our cameraman, the guy that we always like. How was your Thai food last week?
It's good. It's
good?
really good. Yeah. It was warm when I got there. It just arrived.
There we go. So we did our job.
Yeah.
So this week we're going to keep it very short. We're going to do, well, maybe not short with the unboxing part, but we're going to do what we're thankful for out of the comics. We're going to do the unboxing, and we're going to do best week ever, or best Wednesday ever. I have to make sure I get that correct.
One's copyrighted.
So we'll do that, and I guess we'll call it a day at that point, because we have another film to do after this one. So.
Not to mention, I'm not going to know as much as
That's Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't weigh in on the big topics.
Well, you have the same excuse that Chris does, and that you were like, I was known about this like an hour ago. So.
That's true.
So we'll start with the first topic, what we're thankful for in the comic industry. I'll start with the first one. I'm thankful that Brian Michael Bendis' impact on the DCU is being minimized by the number of books that he's working on.
Well, that's hurtful, because I was actually thinking, man, I'm so thankful for Brian Michael Bendis getting me into comics.
I'll be honest with you, 20 years ago I loved Brian Michael Bendis, but I think he still does great on his own stuff, but I feel like the stuff he does for other companies with their characters is a lot less. But
That's fair.
I want to read Joy Operations that came out today by Brian Michael Bendis. So.
That's in like another universe or something?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, it's his own thing. So what's the first thing that you're thankful for?
Well, I was going to say that one because I knew I could bait you there, but I'll probably just say Stan Lee to also bait you. I mean, without him, we wouldn't have the Marvel Universe.
I think you're mispronouncing Jack Kirby, but,
I mean, Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko important, but I mean, Stan Lee, you just can't do it without him.
So the next thing I'm thankful for is that DC has gotten back on track with their universe. They've definitely turned the corner. They've introduced a lot of young writers into their universe, and artists as well. And I feel like they're having a good impact, getting the characters back on their course and introducing new characters while also keeping the old characters around. And I think that it's going to be a good path for DC to follow for the next couple of years. I know you're not a DC guy. You're strictly Marvel.
Hey, not strictly. Just, I know more in that one, so I can delve in. I got what was the Catwoman one that came out recently?
The Lonely City?
Yeah, that was good. But I didn't have to know. I only had to know a small amount to get into it. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. What's your next thankful one?
Give me a second.
Jonathan Hickman? No.
Well, he's leaving, so I guess I'm thankful he showed up, but I'm disappointed that he's leaving halfway.
Gotcha.
But, I'll be more vague, but like Marvel Unlimited, because I was making the joke about Bendis got me into comics, but like that's something that got me back into comics. So I guess since I don't have any specific ones, like just the accessibility of older stuff nowadays, because I feel like growing up, and probably you definitely, like the only way to get this stuff would be to find it somewhere, whereas nowadays, like you can
go digital, you can go through back issue bins at comic book shops, you can buy graphic novels, the amount of avenues you have to read iconic storylines are definitely greater than what they used to be. Like
it kills time at work today too. There wasn't a whole lot, so I'm reading through Amazing Spider-Man. I just finished 700? No, whatever. It started volume 3, so I've read 700 issues that I would have never been able to just buy.
As much as I mock them for it sometimes, I am thankful that Disney is introducing a whole generation into their characters, even if it's not through comics, even if it's through the TV shows and the movies and all that. They definitely have the means by which to get all that stuff out there, and hopefully it expands the base for people who are interested in the comics. And
now you can have even more people come in and go, who are the Eternals? Why are there two Hawkeyes now?
I think you're missing the point of being thankful.
Whoops.
Anyway, continue. What's your next one?
I think I'm going to tap out there.
You're tapping out.
Comic-wise? I mean, just like the big stuff. But
I'm thankful for the diversity in comics.
That's true.
Not just superheroes, but also there's a lot of horror stuff out there right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot more Sci-fi, there's a lot. Anything that you're looking for is pretty much out there in a comic at this point. Image is putting out a vast array of genres, and not just Image. You have Boom catching on, doing more and more stuff as well. Valiant, even though they're not my cup of tea, Bad Idea, definitely trying different things to try and get more people interested in the hobby and the things that they're trying. So
Thankfully, not just like American stuff too. I mean, like obviously
manga,
and like just anime is bringing tons of people in, and like web comics and all sorts of stuff. It's just like the whole
Titan Books also. They're a comic book publisher. They get to bring a lot of European stuff over here. So. They don't get as much publicity as I feel like they should. I mean, obviously there's a lot of European books out there that are just as high quality as American ones and manga ones. I'm thankful for all the young writers and artists that are coming up in the industry. Stephanie Phillips is definitely, I know I've mentioned her a lot. She's building her name very, very quickly and very strongly within the industry. Tom Taylor.
Tom Taylor was the only stuff I've read from him was Deceased and the Spider-Man run he did, but both were really solid. I liked them.
Rom V also doing Spider-Man right now, and also some things for DC with Swamp Thing, and so obviously he's a talent on the rise as well.
Is James Tynion young? He feels like he is, but he does so much. I don't know.
I mean, he was an apprentice of Scott Snyder for many years, and I feel like he really came into his own about 3 or 4 years ago. So I would still put him on the younger side for in the industry, if not young
comparatively,
young within the comic industry. So I feel like there's a lot of talent on the horizon, and I think it's very, very hopeful for the industry and the things that they can bring to the table and all that. Let's see. I know there's a lot of young talent coming in on the X-Men also.
Zeb Wells. I don't know again how long these people have been around for, but he feels like he's somewhat newer, and like Hellions is probably the best X book out there right now.
I'm thankful John Ridley is replacing Ta-Nehisi Coates on Black Panther. So
you're not gonna read it either way.
That is not true. It's in my read stack right now.
Sure.
It is.
I'll believe it.
I will talk about it next week.
Okay, just to prove.
It is in my. I had Hulk and Hawkeye. I was interested in all three of them. Actually, I think I put Hawkeye at the top of it, and then Black Panther, and then Hulk.
That's how I'd order 'em.
It's like, no, so the thing with Ta-Nehisi Coates, I tried reading his initial run, and I think I mentioned this in one of the previous Turning the Pages. I felt bad for him, and I think that Marvel did him a disservice by not putting him with an established writer and helping him figure out the pacing of comic books and all of that. I'm not being mean to him. I do think that he could have been served better by.
It's probably also tough that you're dropping him in at probably Black Panther's biggest publicity of all time. Yeah. Like, I'm a big fan of Christopher Priest's run, but like he was coming in at a time nobody cared, so he could do whatever he wanted and let
blank slate to do whatever.
Yeah, and it turned out great. Whereas you're bringing somebody in going, hey, just so you know, you need to have these characters. It's going to be in this constraint, and also we need to make it as marketable as possible. So don't mess that up.
Well, and that's why I think they failed him, because he did a lot of flowery language and stuff, and that's normally not what you get in comic books. It's pretty
not
much
anymore.
And I paged through the first 3 pages of the new Black Panther, and they get to the action like ASAP. It's like he's saying like, "Hey, I'm not Ta-Nehisi Coates. I'm going straight to the action and letting you see what Black Panther can do." So
hopefully people like it better, because it would be bad after he finally gets popular to just kind of kill it.
And again, that's why I feel bad for Ta-Nehisi Coates, because for that first issue, we sold 50 copies of that first issue, which is a high number for us. Mm-hmm. And it dropped down to 12, and I'm like, if they had prepared him better and given him other. So I do hope Ta-Nehisi Coates gets more chances, but I hope that they try and coach him better on how to write it. Like for the comic style. So.
Well, he's also, if he's writing flower and stuff, it might not be the best fit for superhero comics, but maybe something like like a cosmic horror and stuff might be something more fitting to him. I don't know his background, but I'm sure there's other avenues. I don't know if a superhero comic is the best for somebody wordy. I mean, Chris Claremont will argue with you, but
yes. So like I said, I don't wish him any ill will. I hope that they find the right avenue for him. But so we'll turn the page on that one, though. I think that you said you were out of things that you were thankful for in the comments. So before we get to that, though, let's go to, don't forget to LCS, like, comment, and subscribe, your local comic book shop, Brainstorm Comics and Gaming. If we get this up by Saturday, don't forget we also have the sale going on through Sunday. We have 40% off on back issues, 30% off on graphic novels, 25% off on new issues, and 15% off on board games. So, and we have 5% extra off of GW. $3.99 magic packs are $3.50. A little bit of everything. For
If there's
everybody.
anything you buy here, you can do it now.
There's a discount on it right now. Hello, we are moving on to topic number 2, and that's the unboxing. I have a huge box of peppers. Do you have any water with you?
No, I'm so sorry.
Man, we're going to be in kind of trouble.
Getting thirsty.
A lot of spiciness. That's all I'm saying. Probably should have opened the box first, but I didn't want to spoil anything.
The 1 week Chris isn't here is the 1 week you don't open it before and spoil
I
it.
don't open it before. You misunderstood what Chris was saying.
Oh, you look it up
Yes.
beforehand. Gotcha. And you tell him beforehand.
I don't tell him. He is not telling the truth about that.
Sure, sure.
Lots of packaging this time. And that's because we have, I think, close to 30 books. I know you're more of a reader, Jacob, so some of these books may be a little bit less known to you. I think the big one in this one will be well known to you, though. So. You're probably going to hear a lot of
Bubble wrap.
getting cut. I'm sure you're going to love that in editing. You're just going to turn on the mute for that part.
I'll just cut over it. I'll cut over it. Do you need help?
Let's see what we got here. Hopefully I relieved it enough tension, but apparently not. Alright, so the first book. Wolverine number 1, 7.5. This was the mini-series that came out first. This was 1982.
84? 82. 84 is when the main one started, right?
88 is, I think, the main one. I think
Okay.
that's when the main one started, if I remember correctly. They can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong.
I'll correct you on screen.
Oh, you can do that too. So this one came out in 1982. This is the direct market one. For those of you who don't know, if you see like a little character down in the box instead of a barcode, it's the direct market. If it's got a barcode, it's the newsstand edition. Came back at a 7.5. I thought it was going to come back a little bit higher than that, but you get what you get from the grading companies. Either you're thankful for it or you cry.
You're not going to crack it open and try it again?
No. Maybe. We'll see. I'll let you handle those things in the middle here. Next one, big character, recently cast for the MCU. Warlock number 1 from 1972. Came back as an 8.0, so we were kind of happy about that one.
Yeah.
It's got the origin of Warlock. It's got the high evolutionary appearance in there. So, very nice book. As you can see, it's got a little bit of tanning on the back, though. The condition of this one is really nice, though. You don't have to tell me whether I had a little glare there. So, looks very nice, though. No spine ticks. There's a couple spine ticks on the edges, but still a very nice looking book.
Is that do you know? I don't know if you know, but is that near the first appearance of Pip, or did he show up later? Because that's also something that just showed up in the MCU, so it might be worth something.
I think that was earlier.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that.
Okay.
I think it was earlier, though.
I know it's somewhere with Warlock. I just don't know.
So we have another big book. X-Men 122. All right, so I just said about look for a picture down here. This is one that's contrary to what I just said. If there's a line through it like that, it's also a direct market. It's not a newsstand. So this was X-Men 122. Came back as an 8-0. This is from 1979. It's the first appearance of Jason Wingard as Mastermind. It's got Luke Cage, Misty Knight, and Colleen Wing in it. I'm not going to lie, I don't know who that last person is, but it's got an arcade cameo in it as well.
Colleen Wing, I think, is a supporting character from Iron Fist at the time, because Claremont was writing that right before X-Men.
Well, you know, I'm more of a DC person, so I'll take your word for it. And we followed up that 122 with a second 122. This one got a 9.4. Very pretty book. 1979 again. It's a direct market. It's got the line through the barcode. Not much more to say. We just showed the last one, so it's pretty much the same sort of thing. As you can see, the back cover, very, very white. Very nice looking book. So, the book after this one I'm going to save until last. So, it's the big one. So, we have, we'll save that one. So this one, sticking with the X-Men, 121. First full appearance of Alpha Flight, 7.5. Alpha Flight, lots of rumors circulating about them. Pretty much every character in Marvel has rumors circulating about them at this point.
Yeah.
I think even you have a rumor circulating about an appearance in the MCU. So.
Mm-hmm. I'll be in there next week.
So this one is a newsstand edition, 7.5. Definitely a nice book to add to any collection. If you're an X-Men fan or not, back cover looks very nice also. And as I said, I will be hiding the next one until the end. Sticking with X-Men related characters, and we're going to go with Wolverine number 10. Sabretooth versus Wolverine, iconic cover. If you're an X-Men fan, you know this cover. This is from 1989. Came back as a 9.6. I don't know. Even though I'm not a Marvel person per se, like this is a cover that when I see it, I'm like, this is a great book. So we'll show you the back cover. Awesome back cover on that one. Oops, sorry, lag there. There we go.
No ad.
What's that?
No ad on it.
Beautiful. The Marvel fans are going to be big on this one. Wish we had this one back at Halloween. Man-Thing number 1. Second appearance of Howard the Duck. First Man-Thing in his own title. This one came back as a 6.0. Came out in 1974. I'm not going to lie. I thought this one was going to come back a little bit higher than that. I thought it was going to be a 7, 7.5. I'll have to take a look at the grader notes and see whether I think that they were fair with me, gave me a fair shake on that one. Again, back cover, very pretty. If anything, maybe a little off-white. I think it looks pretty nice though, especially for a book that's closing in on 50 years old. So, wait, I'm closing in on 50 years old. Oh, sorry, I don't crisis moment there for a second.
Mid-low. 50?
You be quiet, sir.
Living to 100?
Maybe. Oh, actually, we're going to save this one also. Sorry. Jacob cheating, looking over my shoulder.
I saw it.
I know you saw it. Deserves to be held until the end, right?
Yeah. Especially right now.
Yeah.
That's a tease.
We're giving spoilers. Spoiler alert. This one also big right now. Sandman number 1 came back as a 9.4. Getting ready to be a Netflix show. First appearance of Sandman, Morpheus, and Dream, or Morpheus/Dream. First appearance of Unity Kincaid. Came back as a 9.4 direct edition. Came out in 1989. Everybody knows Neil Gaiman's run on this. If they don't, they're getting ready to know it from the Netflix show. So
One of my favorite comics.
one of the big spicy peppers from Vertigo. So, if not the big spicy pepper from Vertigo.
Although it wasn't Vertigo at the time.
Well, they had not launched the Vertigo label at that point. I think it was still 2 years away, 3 years away before.
Just the first run actually had like Martian Manhunter and stuff in it.
Next up, Venom obviously just had a movie. Venom Lethal Protector here. Came back as a 9.6. Obviously, we were hoping for a 9.8, but 9.6s aren't bad. Came out in 1993. Venom continues to grow in popularity as time goes by. I'll show you the back cover there. Very nice. I'll have to go over this with a fine-tooth comb and see what they were seeing on that one, why it got a 9.6. So we got a big boy. I'm gonna do one of the 3 big boys on this one. Going back to the X-Men, a rising star in the X-Men books right now, rising star in the collector's world, I should say. X-Men 129, very spicy pepper. First Kitty Pryde, first White Queen. How can you get much better than that?
Part of the Dark Phoenix comic.
So this was a newsstand edition, as you can see down here in the corner. It came back as an 8.5. 8.5s are very good for newsstands because they generally get more beat up than the direct market ones. So we were very happy with an 8.5 on that one. Back cover looked very nice also. There's a little bit of dirt or something up there. Maybe it's a production mark, maybe some foxing. So probably why it got marked down to an 8.5. Great book though. I know you're an X-Men fan. I know you would probably love to have that one in your
Kitty Pryde's great.
in your collection. Although she prefers Kate at this point. I'll set the other 2 aside for right now. We're coming back to those again.
A heavy Marvel load.
As much of a fan of DC as I am, unfortunately, Marvels are the ones that move the needle more right now than DC. Hopefully that changes. Not that DC moves more than Marvel. I want both companies to succeed. Obviously, it's good. Obviously, it's good for the store also, but I think it's good for the fans and everything when there's a healthy rivalry between the 2 companies, and you can only really have a rivalry if you were both on the same level.
Yeah. That's fair.
I think DC, not so much the comic company, but the film side needs to get their act together and figure out what they want to do with the characters long term.
The problem is they just keep going back to Batman.
I don't think that's the only problem. I think the main problem is they should follow the Disney method at this point of building up to things as opposed to just.
Well, they jumped the gun too early on that one.
Yeah, I know.
Instead of building anyone up, they're just trying whatever sticks.
Yeah. How do you feel about Patterson playing?
I haven't seen it yet. I mean, he's a good actor, but we'll see what happens.
I'm not that keen on it myself.
You don't watch movies, though.
I do watch them.
Have you seen The Lighthouse?
No.
He's really good in that.
I only have limited time to watch things that I want to. I have a 3-year-old. We've discussed this.
He won't want to watch like weird existential black and white horror.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see. It's perfect for him.
So we tried watching. He likes superheroes, so we tried watching Shang-Chi, and the subtitles. He was like, I was reading them to him, and he was like, "No."
That's true. You got to start with the cartoons first.
Well, he does watch the cartoons also.
Spin.
I do it right though. I have him watching like the old Scooby-Doo cartoons and the old Amazing Spider-Man and Friends.
I don't know if that's right.
Oh,
I think
it
you
is
should
right.
jump forward a little bit. Serialized storytelling.
No. You're wrong, sir.
I grew up on, the VHSs of the 90s ones, because I was not alive when those came out.
Yes, sir.
And X-Men Evolution.
You trying to take me back to my middle age?
Yeah.
This one doesn't want to come out. It doesn't want to be on camera.
I'm just leave it in.
I'll just rip the bag. Yeah, I did it. So speaking of Spider-Man, we have Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 22. First appearance of Speedball. This is the direct market edition. Came back as a 9.2. This came out in 1988.
Ditko.
Speedball? Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, that's one time Steve Ditko came back and they let him come up with his own character and he did Speedball.
You're throwing me off for a second because I'm like... back cover looks very nice also. I'll have to look at this one also and see why he came back as a 9.2. Yeah, there are some cover ticks and stuff, or spine ticks. But very nice copy for all you Speedball fans out there. So next up, we're going back to Venom Lethal Protector, issue number 4. This is the first appearance of Scream, first appearance of Agony, first appearance of Phage, first appearance of Riot, first appearance of Lasher. Four first appearances in the 4th issue. So it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Sure. All right. So, this one came out in 1993. Came back as a 9.6. Again, a direct market edition. If you're a Venom fan, if you're a Spider-Man fan, if you're a Symbiote fan, this is definitely a book that you need to add to your collection. You agree with that, sir?
If you're a Symbiote fan, yeah. The cover is beautiful, though.
Why are you laughing?
I don't like symbiotes.
Oh, you're a terrible person.
Do you?
Sure. Okay. So, Marvel. Disney Plus, the gift that keeps on giving. Soon to give us a gift of Moon Knight. We have Moon Knight number 1, direct market edition. This is from 1980. Great cover. This is first Moon Knight series in his own title. Origin of Moon Knight begins in this series in this book, and the first appearance of Bushman. This came out, like I said, in 1980. Came back as an 8.5. Nice looking book. One that if you are a Moon Knight fan, you definitely need in your collection. And I think Moon Knight's going to have a lot more fans here in the near future, like I said, because of the show coming up. So. Plus, the new Moon Knight series is doing very, very well. They're up to issue 4 or 5. I think I mentioned this in a previous episode. Each issue, we add more subscribers to that one, so that's very much...
That's rare.
That's rare. Normally, you lose subscribers as time goes on. Either people need to cut budget reasons, or they just don't like where the storyline's going, or what have you. Next one, another one that's getting ready to see some play due to the MCU. Nova number 1, the newsstand edition, came back 5.0. This came out 6 months after I was born. September 1976. I know you're scoffing.
Came out 20 years before I was born.
Whatever. So, for being a 5.0, it's actually a very nice copy. Let's see what I can do here. Maybe a little blurred. Like I said, for being a 5.0, I think it looks pretty nice. There's a little bit of scuffing, color loss on the cover, but still a nice looking book. Got a lot of books here, dude. A lot of good books. All right. For the most part, we tend to stick into the Bronze Age and Copper and Modern. We're going back into time, though. We're going way back into time. 1954, 4.5 from Quality Comics, Plastic Man number 47. I honestly got this one graded just because I thought it was cool, not because it had necessarily any like immense value to it or any like first appearance or anything like that.
It's got a very nice cover.
I love these old covers. The colors like so stick out compared to today's books.
Oh, yeah.
I've mentioned it before. I love today's books, but when you look at the wall, like all of them are like all these dark colors, and back then like the colors were so bright and everything. I like it so much more in terms of the covers. But
I agree. And also, it's just, you can see what characters are going to be in it. There's something more for it. Nowadays, it's kind of just the main character posing.
I was going to say, I also feel like the covers told a story as opposed
Yeah.
to today. A lot of them look more like movie posters, like in
Mhm.
terms of like they're not really trying to tell the story. It's just like the main actor like doing his like,
Yeah.
super heroic pose or whatever. For being as old as it is, almost 70 years old, this is a very nice copy. Beautiful book. I don't know. I love that stuff. So, sticking into the older books, staying with the older books. Howdy Doody #1. First TV comic. Photo cover. It's based on the NBC series at the time. Sorry, I was reading everything. This was by Dell in 1950. Came back as a 4.5, which I think is a pretty solid grade for something this old. I know my dad remembers Howdy Doody. It was an iconic show for like kids that were born in that era, and kind of the thing upon which a lot of the kid shows were based after that. So as you can see, looks very, very nice. It is missing a little bit of a piece out of the top there. The back cover looks great as well. You guys come on in so you can close the door. We're just finishing the unboxing part and then we'll do the... So moving on to the next book. I was disappointed in this grade. I thought this one was going to come back better. But 2001: A Space Odyssey #8. First appearance of Machine Man. This one came out in 1977. Again, you can see down in the corner, this was the newsstand edition. Came back as a 9.0. Pretty solid grade. Again, I just thought it would come back a little bit better than that. Back cover looks very, very, very nice. I know some of you were probably like, John's not really talking up the peppers this time. That's because I know the final two. I have to save my energy for those final two. So, although I did get kind of excited about the Plastic Man number 47. Agree, disagree? You're just going to stand there?
I lost track. I'm
All
backing
right.
back up.
Now, this is one I am very excited about. I have been excited about this book for a long, long time, and now people are finally talking about it. You all are late, so whatever. This is Action Comics 241. First appearance of the Fortress of Solitude. Iconic location within the DCU. If you're a Superman fan, how do you not have this book in your collection? It did come back as a 3.0. This is from 1958. Kurt Swan cover. Kurt Swan did some amazing covers for the Superman titles back then. And like I said, this one's getting a lot of play right now in terms of how important it is in the DCU and Superman mythos. I feel like it's been a drastically underpriced book for a long time, so people are finally becoming aware that it's how important it is. This one disappointed me. This one, Akira #1 came back as a 5.0. This is from 1988. I thought it was going to come back better than that. I'll have to look at the notes on this one. First time in full color. First appearance of... I'm not even going to try to pronounce the names. You wanna pronounce them for me? I'm sure you've watched Akira. I have not.
It's been a bit.
Well, it's been... I watched it in college, so,
40 years ago?
You're dead to me. Yeah. So now we're going into Amazing Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man number 45. I love this cover. Now you got me all choked up. I love this cover despite being a DC guy. I love the bright yellow in the background. This is from 1967. This was John Romita art. This was after Ditko left the series. 5.0. Third appearance of the Lizard. Very nice book, as you can see. Moving on to the next one. This one we were very, very happy with. This is a spicy, spicy pepper. Not the spiciest pepper we have tonight, but a spicy pepper nonetheless. Marvel Spotlight on Werewolf by Night number 2. First appearance of Werewolf by Night and the origin. This came out in 1972. Came back as a 7.0. Very nice looking copy. Again, there are lots of rumors about what's going to go on with Werewolf by Night as well. So, like as we said, though, everybody in the Marvel comics has got rumors circulating.
With Moon Knight, I mean, I guess there's a better chance of him showing up.
Let me see something really fast. We're going to change the order up. So, going back to Warlock. First full appearance of him. This came out in 1969. This came back as a 3.5. Great book to have right now. All the prices started surging as soon as the announcement about the casting came out. I think it looks better than the 3.5. Still not a bad book, though. It does have some soiling on the back. That's probably why it got downgraded to a 3.5. It does have some light creases on the corners and stuff. So 3.5 is great. 3.5 is great. You know what's better? 7.0. 7.0 is a little bit better than the 3.5.
Twice as good.
Twice as good. And grading wise, it's a lot better than twice as good. Great book to have. As you can see, this one does look much better than the other one. Back cover, lots of white on there. Beautiful book. Beautiful book. Great stuff. We got Dark Knight Returns. If it wants to come out, much like the other one, it doesn't want to come out. Dark Knight Returns, number 1. First appearance of Carrie, the new Robin. Came back as a 9.2. Came out in 1986. Iconic storyline in Batman's mythos. Kind of changed the character back to being grim and gritty like he was when he first came out. So, got rid of the kidified version of Batman. And again, a very nice cover. I'll just take a look at the notes on that one. So we have 3 books left. The 2 super spicy peppers. Almost had a heart attack there. Police Comics number 37 came out in 1944. Again, what we were talking about earlier, beautiful cover. The colors just like really stick out on this one. Like, I don't know. I just love these old covers. This is the first appearance of Candy O'Connor. Apparently there's a lingerie panel in there. I'll have to...
Well, don't crack it open for that.
We'll have to look it up online. No, I'm going to crack it open. Very nice book, though. Like I said, I love these old books. I think the colors are just so much better than today's. All right. So now the spicy of the spicy. Were there any Marvel movies that came out this year?
No.
No?
No.
None?
No, I don't think so.
Well, we had Black Widow.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Oh, and Eternals. But
Eternals came
I
out.
think that was it.
Well, if you count Venom, that I guess technically
Sure.
now it's connected to the MCU if you count the final credit. There was one more that came out already.
I don't remember what it was.
Shang-Chi came out this year. First appearance. Came back as a 7-0. Pretty book. I know I have like 4 more copies of this book. But it's very, very pretty. I'll hold it up here. Very, very nice book. It's very spicy pepper. I wish I had some water here. You know, I'm going to be out of it because I don't have any water.
Poor Johnny Peppers.
How do you match first appearance of Shang-Chi? How do you even top that? I don't even know how you top that. Maybe that should have been the last one.
Sounds like you have one in reserve.
What's that?
Sounds like you have something in reserve.
What if you had one a little bit better than that? What if you had a book like the first appearance of Miles Morales, 9.8? We were just talking about this last week, whether he had a ceiling or not, whether we thought he was going to continue to rise in popularity.
And you're hoping he doesn't have a ceiling after that?
If you know how many copies I have of this book. No, I don't. Great looking book. As I said, it came back as a 9.8. Very, very pretty. Iconic character at this point, obviously speaking to the new generation of comic book fans. And
Yeah, you're talking about the Maker. It's first appearance of the Maker.
clearly. So hopefully you enjoyed this episode of this unboxing as part of the Turning the Page, and we will go to the wrap up. Or no, we're going to go to the best Wednesday ever. All right. So let's move on to the next one. Like I said, best Wednesday ever. I'll let you start. Best Wednesday ever.
Well, you helped me a little bit because you dropped it the last second. But number ones, I mean, kind of going from what you were saying, all 3 of those number ones, those are big starts. I mean, pretty big profile characters. Maybe Hawkeye less so, but because of the show, it's giving it definitely some publicity, especially like Kate Bishop.
Yeah,
a lot of people probably don't know who that is before now.
So Hawkeye number 1 came out today, and then the TV show is dropping also. So good opportunity to double up your Hawkeye Kate Bishop all in one day. And then Hulk is going to alternate realities apparently, and so I think Donnie Cates described it as a smastronaut. So we will see. The tagline for it I like. It's what if Hulk is here to protect us from Banner? So it's like an inverse of what we're used to from the Hulk aspect. And like we just mentioned, Black Panther is looking like it's going to be a more action-oriented book this time than the last time. So definitely interested in that. So I would say local comic book shops having the best day ever. Local comic shop day today. So well, I guess when people are watching it, so it's 2 days ago, or 3 days ago. So but whether your shop is Brainstorm Comics and Gaming, or any other shop, it's always good to support local comic book shops. Right now, I think there's 2,500 from what Diamond reports around the country. I don't know. I tend to think that number is probably a little high on their side, but so definitely support your local comic book shop. Get those special edition books that came out, and
All 41 covers?
no, not the Hulk.
Oh.
So local comic book shop day. Oh, I guess I should describe that for people who may not know.
I'm your example today.
So once a year they do local comic book shop or local comic shop day, where the industry chooses different books from that are releasing that week, and they do a variant cover on it. So like Radio Apocalypse that came out last week has a special foil cover. Detective 1018 I think is the one that came out this week, or 1035. I forget which number it is, but it was an LCSD one, and then like House of Slaughter, like it's
Another House of Slaughter cover?
Yeah, another House of Slaughter cover, which takes it up to 172, I think. That paper shortage is real. So yeah, so it's pretty much like a trade union that they get together, and it's a special day that they try and get more of the collectors and into the shops and buying like these special covers.
That's good. It seems like they're trying to support local stuff as much as possible.
Yeah.
So they want for it to die.
So local comic shops having the best Wednesday ever.
My last one is peanut butter and jelly. The turkeys that were pardoned. I'm sure they're having a great Wednesday. They're not going to be killed tomorrow.
They would probably be delicious if they had been.
There's plenty of other turkeys. I mean, there's 2 that are filling their place, but those 2 specifically are having a good day.
I got you. Variant covers having the best Wednesday ever. Oh my God, there were so many variant covers this week. It was ridiculous.
You said the paper shortage?
There was, I think we had close to 60 variants on our wall this week. A lot. So the variant covers having the best Wednesday ever.
What percentage is Marvel?
Most of them.
Okay. What percentage is Hulk?
Probably about 10% of it.
Oh, okay. It's not many.
Donny Cates having the best Wednesday ever. Relaunching the Hulk. Following Al Ewing's Immortal run. So he has big shoes to fill on that. It sounds like he's going to do a pretty good job, though. I know he already is a big name, and most people are like, "Well, of course, John." I don't know. I fell off of Venom there towards the end, but I don't know if you don't read Venom, do you? No, you're more of X-Men than Star Wars.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Couldn't get into Venom.
No.
No.
Had to draw the line somewhere.
I mean, I'll still probably end up reading it at some point, but
John Ridley having the best Wednesday ever. Again, going back to the Black Panther thing. Hawkeye also.
What's John Ridley written before?
He's doing some Batman stuff for DC. So,
okay.
Yeah. So both of them, Hawkeye, obviously, like I said, hitting the media. Disney trying to raise her awareness a whole lot.
Wish it had happened a few years ago when West Coast Avengers was coming out, but it's fine.
Yeah, I like the West Coast Avengers. I like the last Hawkeye run. I don't know if you read the last Hawkeye run.
The Free Fall? Or do you mean something before that?
It was, I forget the woman that wrote it. Was it McConaughey that wrote it? I don't remember. It was really good.
The last Kate Bishop one or the last Clint? Oh, that was the same one that wrote West Coast Avengers. Why am I blinking? Well, anyway.
You can add it at the end.
Yeah, I'll just put it there.
At the bottom. But yeah, I like that run a lot. It was it was an aware comic, but it was like funny in the way that it did it. I don't know.
Hawkeye just consistently puts out good comics. Free Fall was great. Obviously the Matt Fraction one was great. Like he lends well to a good character. So you know what? Hawkeye is having the best Wednesday ever. Both of them.
So apparently, I don't know. I didn't read the article, so I could be wrong. But they said something about like a Hawkeye musical or something. No, okay.
I believe it. I hope Pizza Dog can sing.
I don't know. Like I said, I saw the headline. I was like, I don't think I need to click on that.
I think you should have. You should have more information here. Maybe as good as Spider-Man, Turn Out the Dark.
Or not,
Hey, I've only read the summaries, but it sounds great.
So, I think it was a pretty good Wednesday overall. I know you haven't had a chance to look at your box yet. You came right in and started filming. So,
Yeah.
So we'll turn the page on this one, and we'll go to our closing. We want to thank you for watching Turning the Page. Don't forget to LCS, like, comment, and subscribe to your LCS, local comic shop, Brainstorm Comics and Gaming's YouTube channel. We're up to 231 subscribers. I think we're 172 uploaded videos, 173 uploaded videos, something like that.
We're getting close to episode 50 of Turning the Page, too, I think.
Are we?
I think so. I think the last time I checked was a couple weeks ago.
We need to get like a foil embossed opening and
I'll work on it.
Make it like a 90s.
We'll put out 3 editions or some variant ones.
Yeah.
You'll sign the video.
Yeah, something like that. So we want to thank you for watching. Thank you for Jake. I want to also add for things I'm thankful for, people who are willing to cover for Turning the Page and helping us make sure we
I didn't have a choice.
make our deadlines. So thank you for watching and have a good day. Have a happy Thanksgiving, or I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving, I guess.